So joining me now is former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. Mr. Speaker, it's great to have you on the show here in Texas.
Thank you.
This entire battle, Democrats, Republicans, redistricting, Texas, California, who drew blood first? Who started this, as they are saying, escalating war of redistricting?
Well, you would look at the Democrats. Democrats in New York and the congressional Democrats redistrict to draw Republicans out. If you look at Illinois, what did they do under Pritzker? They drew Republicans out. Now, California is worse than all of this because the California voters, now they may have had the right to do it because it's in the Constitution, the legislature do it. The voters of California in 2011 voted by 61% that they wanted a nonpartisan independent commission. And when they go about doing this, 35,000 people came up and gave ideas. And so what Gavin Newsom is doing, because he wants to run for president, he's literally going against the Constitution of California and what the will of the people have said, and he hasn't even drawn the lines. The legislature hasn't even drawn the lines. The DCCC sent him the lines. He's now gone before the legislature is going to vote. November 4th will be the election. No input by the public. The Democrats voted down any input. This is a true power grab by Gavin Newsom. But what's really, the voters now actually have a say. They can say no to this, that stick with the independent commission.
And even Democrat voters want the independent commission.
It's more popular today than when they voted on in 2011.
He seems to be playing to the formerly named MSNBC, not the voters of California, now MS Now, yes. Rebranded to MS Now. Gavin Newsom is a mystery what he's doing. He's mimicking Trump at times. He calls it mocking on X. He's gotten crude today. He posted some crude remarks on X. He's just someone who is flailing about trying to find a personality in his pursuit of president.
If you ever knew him, I've known him since he's been mayor of San Francisco, there's no principle behind him. He's a chameleon. He'll change as the weeks go by. If you talked to him a couple months ago, he wanted to be a Republican, if you listen to him, right? He says one thing, does another. He wants to be president, and he thinks this is his road. He's trying to imitate somebody. He can't get there. But when you go against the Constitution and go against the people, and he has done this before, to put something on the ballot to try to lie to the public, and they vote him down. I believe that same thing can happen here. Remember, when this was on the ballot in 2011, it was the Democrats, Nancy Pelosi and Gavin, who spent hundreds of thousands of dollars trying to stop it because they want all the power from the politicians. Think, 40% of the vote will go Republican about in California, and they'll end up with just 6% of the seats. People don't think that's right because it's more than 5 seats. It's really 9 seats because he takes the swing districts and solidifies them.
You were a representative from the state of California. You were the Speaker of the House. You spent a lot of time in Washington, D.C. Maybe you can help me understand the Washington, D.C. suburbs. I don't understand Northern Virginia. I don't understand Loudoun County. This is the latest story out of Loudoun County where public schools there, the public school district, has suspended 2 boys over their interactions with a female student, she identifies as a male, who was using the boys' locker room. The boys said, basically, what's going on here? From what I have read, nothing crude, but questioned it. And for questioning it, they're facing suspension. What's going on in Loudoun County?
I don't know, because we watched a governor get elected because of this going on. I remember watching a father of a daughter who was molested in there, went to the principal, they never did anything about it. He goes to the school board and they arrest him. Those boys should not be in trouble for questioning, why is that person even in that bathroom? That's where the question should lie.
Yeah, on both the incident you reflect, the father, and now the boys simply going, this isn't right, has drawn the crosshairs of Loudoun County.
This is like the San Francisco of Virginia. I don't understand.
That's what I'm learning. Speak up for yourself, Loudoun County. We'd love to know how you became the center point of such insanity. Speaker McCarthy, it's great to have you here in Texas.
Hey, it's the inaugural of your show in Texas. I'm excited.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Hey, it's Will Cain. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Cain podcast for full episodes right now.